K's live interview that, well, it was pre-recorded on her platform, TashaK.com. And I did not pay for the app. I'm not gonna sit up here and hold you. I don't have I ain't got $12 to be giving TK monthly. Sis don't need my coin. She got a lot of money going on over there. And I ain't got no money to be supporting nobody's lawsuits and things like that. But I absolutely just now caught the interview that she posted. She came on and she spoke a little bit in before she posted the actual interview, and then she spoke a little bit after. And y'all, child, like, I'm not even into like all of the Larry Ried drama and everything that's been going on, but I'm in the sector now, so I see a lot of what's happening. And I was taking some notes because I was like, whoa, like, this is crazy. So a lot of people on the internet streets and in real life, everybody chooses sides, right? So some people will not say certain things because they're either in cahoots with someone, they collaborate with them often, they're sleeping together. It's all types of stuff going on in these YouTube streets. But I call me Switzerland because I am neutral. I don't know any of these people for real like that. Like, whoever it is that you guys do see me working with, like, we're just like starting to really build rapport. And I'm just a looky loo in regards to this situation. So the guy, his name was Levontre Andrews, right? And he was a drummer in Larry Reed's church. I think he said that it was called Breakthrough Temple Church. And yeah, he was 15 years old at the time that he refers to during the time of the grooming period, which I was like, whoa, like, it's just like crazy. So he said that how he was introduced to the church was his mom had given her life over to Christ. She used to be like a party girl, and he saw the church and Christianity change his mother for the better, I'm assuming, and that's why he had so much faith in the religion. And he also mentioned that he said less than a year after having becoming a member of the church and a member of the band is when he would say the grooming started. This is just bizarre. And one of his most vivid memories of when he felt like it kind of like started to take form, what Larry Reed's true intentions were, was they had gone on a trip to Walmart together. It was just the two of them, and they were like shopping. He was saying how he could remember the shirt that was behind Larry Reed, and he said that Larry Reed said to him, mind you, he said at this time he was in between the ages of 14 and 15. Larry Reed said, "Oh, it would be easy to manipulate you." Why would you say that to a teenager as an adult? Like, you're trying to plant seeds. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the main reasons why we see a lot of grown men in particular that love them a younger woman. It's not just because of childbearing and all of this other stuff. No, it's because they're easier to manipulate. They're easier to groom. Their brains, their personalities, everything about them is more malleable. So I could shape you and form you to suit my desires, my needs, and to have you, ultimately be what I made you. So Tasha K asked him, like, well, how did you end up, like, staying with Larry Reed? Like, that part of the story came out in like different parts. So a girl that he had been sleeping with a girl in the church, and at the time he said, did Levontre talk about his troubled past and criminal past? Maybe he did, because Tasha K only posted 45 minutes of the interview. I have not gone on Tasha K's website. I don't plan on paying for it. So I'm basically just giving a review on what I heard. And let me just say this. It doesn't matter if he was a criminal. It doesn't matter if he was troubled. If someone is a victim, that's all that matters. When George Floyd was killed, I didn't see any of y'all talking about what he did in the past. A few came out and they were burned at the stake for even mentioning that, because that is not what we're discussing at hand. Moving right along. So he basically said that he had slept with a girl in the church, and it was kind of like a forbidden thing. Like if you wanted to do anything in that church, you had to get permission. If you wanted to buy a certain type of vehicle, you had to get permission. If you wanted to dress a certain type of way, you had to get permission. And if you wanted to date or entertain someone on an intimate level, you had to get permission, pretty much. And of course, being that he was a teenager, like teenagers, they like kids. You always listen to the powers that be more so than anyone else, and that's how he ended up. So the girl and him lived in the same house because he didn't. And Tasha K asked throughout the interview, "Why didn't you live with your mom?" And he basically said, "Well, it's because my mom, she was really adamant about me having like strong male figure and a strong male presence in my life." Well, if Levante is a teenager, why should he not be subjected to the rules for living? Okay. Um, so it wasn't just teenagers that was going through this, it was grown adults as well that had to get permission. So Tasha K basically was like, yo, this kind of sounds like a cult. And Levante said, yeah, essentially that's kind of how it was. Larry Reed, we need to have a conversation, and that mama isn't off the hook either. Yeah, I mean, so women often don't protect their sons as much as they do their daughters, and it's really unfortunate and it's really sad because boys get preyed on as well as girls do. And a lot of boys, they be embarrassed. They don't even realize that they're oftentimes abused because they just think of it as like a rite of passage or something that's normal. Or boys kind of get praised for being promiscuous or being taken advantage of at an early age, and it's just disgusting all the way across the board. I'm not a mom yet, however, I honestly, boy child, girl child, I'm not letting my kid go off to nobody. No, I'm not, like, no, like, you gotta really be mindful of who you are allowing your children to stay with, especially if these people don't have children of their own. Like, it just don't rub me right. Tasha K, wait, what? Tasha K said she was interviewing a mama on the next episode. Yes, I absolutely did see that. Like, I caught the whole live that she did. I sat here and I watched it and I took some notes because I was like, wow, like, this is crazy. I saw a couple of other people making videos about it, but like I said, I'm not subscribed to her website. So, but she put some up here, so I'm like, we need to talk about this. So, oh, and then Tasha K also said something in reference to her and Larry's relationship. She said that Larry called her out of the clear blue sky at one point and was telling her about her hair, and the responsibilities for the grandchildren falls on the parents, and that's what they. So Tasha K was saying Larry Reed called her out of the clear blue and was like, yo, like, I don't like your hair. Don't ever wear your hair like that. It just don't sit right on my spirit. It's something about that hair. And Tasha K, being petty, she wore her hair in the style that he said he didn't like to do the interview with Levante. And Tasha K also was like, yo, nobody could tell me how to wear my hair aside from my husband. And I think she brought that up to further drive the point home that they were in an environment where the people were very controlling and kind of did want to dictate how people lived and governed their lives in that church, which kind of came across like a cult. I'm just gonna say what it sounded like to me. Then oh, Tasha K also mentioned that Larry Reed offered to give her a massage. Knowing that this is a married woman, why is you offering to give her a massage? That is extremely inappropriate. Like, that is just not appropriate behavior. And there's no way you could flip that. Like, you should not, especially being a man of God, there's no reason why you should be offering a married woman a massage. Like, it's just nothing about that that's okay. So, the guy, he said that he thinks that Larry Reed is just a gay man, although Larry Reed has come out and said that he does not identify as a gay man. And Tasha said that Larry admitted to giving fellatio, riding on the D, getting his D fellatioed. He admitted all of that to her, but then in turn, once again, told her he does not consider himself to be a gay man. And she's like, wait, hold up, but like you partaking in homosexual activities, like how does that not? But I mean, hey, we're able to identify as we want. There's people identifying as cats. You can be whatever it is that you want to be. You know what I mean? Whatever. She also said that he takes edibles, and he told the boy when the Levante, when he was a teen, he would make mention of things like, oh, you could sleep with a man and not be gay. It just seems like it was just a lot of grooming and a lot of planting of the seeds that was happening. And I'm just like, whoa, like this is some heavy allegations. And the Levante also said that Larry Ried would, keep like very suspicious company. Like, and at the time he was married to a woman, but a lot of his friends were like, very flamboyant and very feminine, and but they weren't like his friends. This was the crowd and the company that he kept, all the while denying that he was of that likeness. And once again, you can be straight and heterosexual and friends with people that are a part of the LGBTQ community. Like that is not unheard of. That does not automatically mean that you are necessarily, like that. So we're gonna put that out there too. He also pointed out the fact that Larry Ried would often randomly point out everyone's sexuality. Like he was very fixated on sexuality. Like he had it was just like a thing for him. Like he would always see men and be like, oh yeah, he's gay, or oh yeah, he's gay. Like it just was something that was constantly on his mind. It seemed like he was always talking about being homosexual. And it was given like, you're thinking about this a lot for someone who does not identify as such. To me, it seems a little closeted vibes. And that's what I'm saying. Once again, if a person is in a closet, it is their prerogative to come out how they see fit. Like, it ain't none of our business to be up here telling nobody how they're supposed to live their life and what they're supposed to do. But being a predator, now that is not okay. So he said that, so then they start to get into like what actually was happening. And I respect the fact that the way Tasha K, her interview style, especially when she's talking about something that's very heavy and very traumatic, she does it in a way of, she makes sure she gets the permission. Again, even though they discussed this beforehand and off camera, what it is that they were going to be talking about, she once again, in the moment, made sure that he was comfortable and that he was okay with what they were about to talk about. And he said, yes, I've done the work. So this man has been in therapy. This man has unpacked all of the trauma, the guilt, the shame, and everything that has been surrounding this situation that has probably plagued him for years and years and years. So he started to go into a little bit of detail on how the grooming, really became like repetitive and really became something that he experienced more often than not. And he said that, so before that, he was also saying how he was saying that Larry Ried is saying that he's only coming out now because Larry Ried is saying that he's angry because he cut him out of his life and he's trying to do a smear campaign against him. And I'm just going to say this before we get into, the things that happened. I just don't understand why would someone want to be painted in that light? Why would a man want to come out because he's upset at someone and say that he was and groomed as a child, like as a teen? That is not something easy for anyone to talk about, let alone same sex trauma. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know this person. I don't know. I'm just, giving commentary on what I literally just watched, like many of you. But in the way he was just flowing, and it was very cohesive, and he didn't seem to stutter. And he also seemed like comfortable discussing it because, like he said, it was something that he had already dealt with. It didn't seem like he was making up a bunch of fairy tales and folklore. That's all I'm going to say. However, we don't know. We don't know. We haven't seen receipts. Tasha K did say that she had receipts. So who knows? But I don't know. So, yeah, so he didn't acknowledge his acts as predatory. Like, he tries to rationalize with what it is that he did. And the Levante said that these acts would happen like in a church setting, and it happened due to the absence of his dad. And the dynamic of him and Larry Reed was a father-son dynamic. And Larry Reed also told him that God led him to do certain things to protect him. So, okay, I'm going to interject here before I get to my next cue card. This is what I was talking about yesterday when I said that people in church and people in any religion, any occult, anything that is that has a controlled group of people can be used for evil and wrongdoings and unsavory things, and it could be used for good. This is a prime example of what I was talking about yesterday when we were talking about like magic and voodoo and witchcraft or whatever and so on, and being possessed and so on and so forth. You could utilize anything as a tool for good or evil. And the fact that this man came out and said that when he was a teen, Larry Reed, this is all alleged. I don't know if any of this is true, but we there's been cases just like this, very similar, that have been proven to be true. The fact that he was able to say he was doing these predatory things in the name of God and in the name of spirituality. Come on. Come on. So Larry had been telling the boy like, "Oh, I'm gonna put you through some tests to see if you're gay," and I like it's just weirdo. Very, very weird. Like if this, once again, what he was saying has any merit, any truth, it is very, very weird, and it's ugh. So he was telling Levantre, teenage Levantre, he was gonna put him through a series of tests to see if he was gonna be either gay or a womanizer. And Levantre was saying, "Well, I'm not gay. Like that's not something that I think about or something that like this is how he's rationalizing with himself." Like, and as a teenager, somebody that you're idolizing, someone that you feel has authority over you, you're going to listen to what they have to say. And then he's like a prophet, and he's on the pulpit, and so you're kind of idolizing this man as like a god to some degree. And because he had that type of power and he claimed to be anointed in that type of way, of course this kid is going to blindly follow. That's why children shouldn't be able to make certain decisions, because you are not fully developed mentally. Levantre said, "Now, today, me today, that would never fly with me today as a grown man." So he said, yeah, Larry, he taught him how to dress. Like he really took on like a fatherly role. He built a bond, an emotional bond with this kid that essentially did not have his dad in his life. He would let him drive him places. So, he gave him perks and privileges. He built trust. This is the things that people that are out to get you and that have ill will and ill intent, this is how they set the foundation to have you lower your guard and start to trust them and feel more comfortable with them and feel like, "Oh, we have things that's just between me and you. Oh, we have things and experiences, shared experiences that me and you could only bond over. You're special to me. I see you differently than I see the others because I allow you to do these things. I allow you to come with me certain places." It's all a mind agree. Got to see the receipts first. Yes, we absolutely have to see the receipts. I'm just up here giving commentary on what I saw. So then he said, so yeah, the testing and the probing and the questioning was a constant thing. And so like I said, he moved in with him because the mom wanted him to have positive male role models in the house that he initially was living in. He had slept with a girl that was also living there, so they couldn't be under the same roof. And he said one night or one day, I'm not sure what time of day it was, Larry had told him to come into his room. He's like, "Okay, so now the tests are going to start." And Larry was wrapped in a zebra printed blanket with a wife beater on, and told the boy to undress and sit down beside him, and pulled out some gay prawn, and they proceeded to watch it together. And Larry would pleasure himself, and that's how it started. And it started to escalate to, "Oh, let me give you a massage," and all the while the boy is like, one time he gave him a massage, according to Levantre. This is all what I'm just allegedly saw and heard, and alleged, like, I don't have any factual proof or evidence of anything that I'm saying here. This is for commentary and entertainment purposes only. I just need to throw that disclaimer out there. He said things escalated to another level one day because Larry was saying how he was tired and he didn't want to go to church. So he skipped out on church and stayed with Levante and told Levante to lay down on his bed, gave him a massage, turned him over basically, and gave him fellatio, and made it seem like Levante was doing an act of service to a prophet, and, you know, he was doing the will of God by allowing Larry to pleasure him and as a release. So in his teenage mind, he's thinking, you know, I'm being of service. And, you know, he went down on him a few times, and Tasha was like, well, did he ever ejaculate in your mouth? Like, it got kind of graphic. And he said, yeah, I believe he did. Yeah, I believe he did at least a time. And he said, you know, at first, initially, he didn't really like it, but because this is like Larry Ried, you know, someone that I trust, somebody that's like a father figure to me, someone that so many people follow and listen to. And he just allowed it because, once again, Larry Ried was in an authoritative position, and he had groomed and made him feel, you know, like safe, and like he was doing the will and the acts of service in accordance to what God would have wanted him to do. And so yeah, then he kind of was like, anytime Larry would feel any type of way, you know, he would meet with the teen and they'd have these particular types of sessions, and, you know, so then it went off. Like, we didn't really see everything. Like I said, you going live tonight at oh, hey Norris, y'all in the chat. Hey y'all, hey chat. So he basically said, you know, well, Tasha came on after, because that's all that we saw. Because like I told y'all, I didn't watch the 2-hour joint on her website, her app. I'm gonna have to catch it somewhere else. I don't know, but Tasha K, afterwards, she came on after the pre-recorded live that she played. She came back live, and she said she had receipts of Larry Ried profusely begging and crying and pleading with Levante and apologizing profusely for the things that had transpired between them. She also said she spoke to his mother, like someone in here had already said, and the mom even kind of, you know, expressed, you know, disdain and like just a sorrow and guilt for what happened, and how she didn't even have a clue of what was going on. And, you know, and it's just really sad, because this child was failed on so many levels, and it was not an intentional thing. Like, the mom, from what it seemed, she really just wanted to provide a better foundation for her son. She trusted these men because they were God-fearing, and, you know, Christians, they blindly, not all, let me watch what I'm saying, but a lot of people, due to religious reasons, they give their children up to unsavory individuals. I'll just say that. And lots of abuse and things happen in the church. It's just true. And once again, I haven't seen any receipts as far as this is concerned. I don't know exactly what's going on. Oh my God, he needs to go to jail. Well, who Norris? Because I can't see. I'm about to come and see what y'all. Yes, I want to see those receipts. Might have to pay for the see. I really hope it's not true. Yeah, I hope it's not true either, because it's really sad and unfortunate. However, the man's demeanor, Levante's demeanor, he didn't seem to be fabricating the story. That's all I'm gonna say. But who knows? People are great pretenders and great actors. We just don't know. But it didn't seem to be far-fetched what he was saying. And Tasha K also was like, oh, well, you know, Larry Ried sent his boyfriend with the long hair. And I'm like, well, who? I don't want to name drop, but I kind of was thinking of, who y'all think Tasha K was saying Larry Ried? Did y'all watch it? Who do y'all think she was saying Larry Reed's boyfriend was, that he sent some screenshots to but deleted a lot of stuff? It's true. If it's true, then Larry Ried. Who y'all think Tasha K was saying Larry Reed's boyfriend was? Wow, that's sad. If many young boys and men have a stories to tell. CTV. Yeah. See, I didn't want to say it, but I was thinking that too. Like, that's the only person I could have thought of. I'm like, She was talking about conscious TV. Damn, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. See, I'm not in the mess. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Like, I'm really, like I said, like, I've been on YouTube for a while, but I was never in this sector. I was never consistent. So I'm just now like, what the hell is going on over here? Like, you know. So I'm figuring out what's going on. So I'm not gonna make up no rumors, but basically Tasha K was alluded to the fact that CTV and Larry Ried are in a relationship. That's how it came across to me. That's kind of what she was alluded to, right? Yeah. I just really hope, you know, Tasha K has interviewed the accuser and Larry Ried is doing a live now explaining his side of the story. Tonight is a heavy news night, LOL. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Oh, your birthday's Saturday. Happy birthday, Norris. What you doing for your birthday? Yeah, it's a lot going on. Conscious TV and Larry Ried are good friends and have mentor. Oh, okay, so they're not like in a relationship. Apparently, Reed bought him a car and a laptop. I hear that. Larry admitted that he does tell men how to select underwear and that'll hide their bulge. What? Yo. She was talking about his wig. I may go over to my friends. Okay, Norris, well, turn up. Wherever you end up, be safe. She was talking about his wig. Yo, I don't know what's going on. Like, that, it's just a lot going on. Like, you know what's crazy? I watched it and I immediately someone just told me, like, start jotting down notes. Like, I just started jotting down notes and I was like, I need to talk about, you welcome, boo. I was like, I need to talk about this because this is something that I think is very sad if it is true. And if it's not, it's very interesting how, you know, you just never know what's going on in the world. Happy birthday. Yes, you just never really know. And the fact that there are so many wolves in sheep's clothing. You just don't know what to believe. You don't know what to expect. And it's scary. Larry helps people with their appearance. The truth is a lot of people don't know what to wear. I mean, helping somebody with their appearance and helping them to select underwear, like, that's kind of crossing a different type of playing field. Like, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm not a man, so I don't know. Because, you know, if a woman asks me what type of bra or I could understand. But if I'm giving unsolicited advice and nobody asks me, then it comes across a little like, why are you even paying attention to those areas? Like, what does this have to do with you? Like, so do y'all believe Larry Ried's accuser? Do y'all believe this to be true? Do y'all think Levontre is lying, or do y'all think there's some truth? Do y'all feel like where there's smoke, there's fire? Influential and powerful. In church, you have to present yourself a certain type of way. Okay, but what about like in the regular life? 2023 bringing out some mess for real, for real. Yes, absolutely. So you believe this is true? Okay, I believe him. Yeah, it didn't really seem like he was lying. Like, I don't know Larry Ried. I don't know any of these people. Like, I'm just a looky-loo like everybody else. But from what I saw in the conviction in his voice and the fact that he was just so relaxed, you know what I mean? It did not seem like he was trying to chase clout. Like, it just wasn't given that. And once again, Tasha K said that it had been months that before she even decided to actually go, like, do this interview and actually put it out. Like, months, was like 3 months. I think that's what she said. So I guess, like, we just gonna have to see how this unfolds. We gonna have to see what happens. If this is true, then everybody deserves their just due, because I don't believe that any predator should get away with victimizing people. I think it's disgusting. I think it's heinous. And especially when you grooming someone and then they trust you and they believe that you're a friend to them, or like you're, you know, like a mentor, a big brother, or a father figure, and you abuse that power and take advantage. It's really disgusting behavior. And like I said, I hope it's not true. That's all I could say. Do y'all have any closing remarks before I get out of here? It's a way to say and do things. Influential, I believe him, because why is a straight man? Why would a straight man say so? That's what I was saying, KK. I was like, you know, I'm not a man, but men in general don't want to admit to being abused by another man, because it makes you look a certain way, it puts you in a certain light, and then you have to admit that you actually, like she asked him, did you climax? Like, that's a hard pill to swallow. Like, damn, I have to admit that I actually got off on a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't identify as that. This is not something I necessarily want. And a man's genital like situation is different. Like, as long as you're getting some type of friction and some type of something, you could get off. It could be pitch black. You don't know what's actually stimulating you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It could be anything. Y'all could have a I'm just saying. So for it to be another man to bring you to a climax, it kind of makes you question yourself. It makes you question your identity. And if you don't identify like that, if you don't walk through the world that way, then why as a grown man would you want to come out and make these type of accusations just because you're mad because someone doesn't want to talk to you? Like, I mean, Larry Reed is, I don't know much about these people, but I have seen him on a blog maybe twice. But I mean, he's not like Jay-Z, or he's not even like Kirk Franklin status. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Is he like somebody like huge? Like, I don't know. But I'm just saying, is it really that deep to where as you're going to come out and give these false allegations and accusations about being groomed and touched by a man for clout? Like, that's, I don't know. I'm not here to be judge or jury because, once again, I have not seen any receipts. Have y'all seen any receipts? I don't know what's really going on. So I'm not here to be like, oh, this person, this person. I'm just saying, generally speaking, people that do these types of things need to absolutely be punished to the furthest extent of the law. In North Carolina, he's that big. Okay. So I'm guessing it's just like a regional thing. Hey. I'm guessing it's just a regional thing. Levante is a clout chaser, and that's why he would make these accusations. Okay, well, you're entitled to your opinion. We're all entitled to our opinions, and we won't know until the fat lady sing. I honestly, I would hope that these things aren't true, because if he has done this to one, people that do these types of things are usually repeat offenders. You just said a mouthful. I love Jones because most men don't need much just to get off. Yeah, it's true. That's why a lot of men could fuck anything. As long as I don't trust no nigga that's sex me with the lights pitch black. If you don't want to see me, not even my silhouette, you can sleep with anything. Like, I'm just. Am I lying? If a dude come up your pitch black, he can't even see you, can't even see. It's not even a crack of light peeping through the window. He can sleep with anything. All he needs is a hoe. Or just some type of friction. Like, true, LOL. Exactly. Some instances, some people, a mouth is a mouth. Everybody got a mouth. Church. You not lying. The receipt's supposed to come out on the 3rd episode. Well, I guess we just gonna have to wait, Sonia, to see, because now I'm kind of a little bit invested just to see what's gonna happen and how this is gonna play out. Because once again, like, I've only seen or heard of Larry Reed. I've heard of him coupled with Bishop Whitehead. That's his name, the pastor from where I'm from Brooklyn, that's flashy with the Fendi prints on. Yeah, like, I've only heard of Larry Reed with Bishop Whitehead, like, during that whole debacle when they were like arguing and back and forth on live, and I think the Shade Room posted it or what have you. That was my first introduction ever to him. Like, I don't know. Light, warm, and wet is all they need. Tight, warm, and wet. So, I mean, I've heard stories of predators and men that assault men and boys. They make it a mission to get them off so that it could confuse the mind. Like, whoa, like, do I like this? And now, like I said, they start to question themselves, like, and their identity, because why was I able to have an O with the same sex that I'm not even in real life attracted to? Not the sleeve friction. Girl, it be... Shit, men in Norway be sleeping with pigs. As long as they got something to stick in. A lot of... That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm about to go. I had to come and give my account of what I just saw because I was like, whoa, like this is explosive. These accusations, these are some heavy, heavy allegations and some heavy, heavy accusations, guys. Like, I hope that Lavontre is not a clout chaser that bad that he's coming out saying these things. Like, because that's a lot. That's some heavy stuff. That's a lot. It truly is. But I'm about to go. I'll come back again. I don't know. Maybe I'll come. I'm gonna probably release a pre-recorded tomorrow, and then maybe I'll do a live. Maybe I'll start doing that, like a pre-record, a live, a pre-record, a live. You know. And I don't know. So like, comment, subscribe, share because I know you care. Make sure you hit the like button, and I hope that you all have a good night. I'm about to just... I love that cat. Oh, you want to say hi? Come here, Bam Beans. Come here. Say hi, Bam Beans. Say hi to the people's Bam Beans. Say hi, 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 hi. This is my booby kitties. This is my only companion. No, not my only companion, but this is my bestie. With his bushy tail stuff. Look at his tail, y'all. My boobies. The cat tries to get your attention when you're doing videos. Your cat was like, give me a kiss. That's my booby kitties. All right, so I'm gonna go. I will talk to y'all later. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Thanks for coming here. The few of you that was here. And I'll be back. I'll see y'all again soon.